back on the Newsfeed PM. Thanks for staying on. Now, the Kwa-Zulu Natal Provincial Treasury has withdrawn its financial support services to the Umkhanyakude District Municipality. The embattled municipality is under administration through a Section 139 of the Constitution. The Provincial Cognitive Department is also undertaking a forensic investigation to probe allegations of corruption and maladministration. To discuss this further, joined now by the Provincial Finance MEC Francois Rodgers. Good to have you, MEC, and thank you very much for your time. What does this mean? You have decided to withdraw financial support services.
Good afternoon, Thabo, and good afternoon to your viewers. Look, quite simply, we have a limited budget as a provincial treasury. We're not a service delivery budget, but one of our tasks is to try and assist in local government in trying to capacitate and ensure fiscal compliance. Now, Umkhanyakude has been coming for a while now, 6 years. The Treasury team has been involved there and trying to capacitate, trying to facilitate, and trying to turn the situation around. Now, the reality is we get political buy-in, but the officials on the ground are making it impossible for us to do our work. So we've been sending our officials there, making the necessary arrangements with the CFO, the municipal, the managers, etc., etc. Our team get down there. None of the officials are available. They've had to rush off for a meeting. This has been now for a few months, and in fact for a few years, where we've been trying to facilitate. And with the limited resources, I can take that resource and I can use it more effectively elsewhere. It's the old adage, Thabo, I'm afraid, that you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. I can give the necessary skills and the necessary capacity training, but if there's no political will and no political buy-in from those officials, then in fact what I'm doing is I'm incurring fruitless and wasteful expenditure. When my team are claiming subsistence and travel, when they're booking accommodation, and it's not acceptable.
Yeah. So when you engage the mayor, Sipile Mdaga, you're saying there's political risk, so you're saying the mayor indicates a willingness to, I suppose, engage with some of these issues affecting them?
Well, look, the mayor, I've read only via the media that he's been in communication with me, which I'm not aware of. Perhaps it's through my ministry or through Treasury, but it's certainly not arrived at my table. So, I look forward to an engagement, but at the end of the day, if we have officials who don't want to be part of the process of trying to turn around local government and create stability and effective service delivery within the fiscal framework, then I'm afraid, we have a challenge, and this is where we're at.
Now, of course, the stroke that broke the camel's back, so to speak, you're saying, is the report by the Auditor General of over 4 billion rands for the 2022-2023 financial year in irregular expenditure. Where does that put the municipality at this particular point in terms of its budget?
Thabo, you broke up a second there. Sorry, you said where does?
Where does it put the municipality currently as far as its budget for service delivery is concerned?
Well, look, this district municipality has had a historical challenge of an unfunded budget. Their budget is now funded. Whether it's sustainable, of course, is another challenge. But I think the Auditor General, and I'm yet to still have, the Auditor General has requested a meeting with me about the irregular and unauthorized expenditure. That seems to be a historical problem and highlighted by the AG with no correction. Now, Thabo, that's where we step in normally. You could look at Richmond in the province of Kwa-Zulu Natal, which is a little town that's had endless problems, unfunded budgets, irregular, unauthorized expenditure. Last year was the first year, with the assistance of KZN Treasury team, that they have a clean audit. That is what we want to achieve. But if we don't get the buy-in from the political wing of local government or from the officials, then it becomes just an absolute waste of time and money.
So the Premier, also chairperson of the IFP in Kwa-Zulu Natal, says in a statement speaking to journalists, as you can remember, that in the cabinet in Kwa-Zulu Natal, we have ANC MECs, we have DA, we have NFP, and we have IFP. So unanimously, we agreed that there was a need to have a Section 139 intervention in Umkhanyakude. Is that your understanding, that all parties had a buy-in into this?
Absolutely, Thabo, but I want to take that a step further. And my colleagues in the provincial executive, including the Premier, will know that I have an adage when it comes to finance and to the Treasury. We put principle ahead of politics. And I believe that's the only way you deal with money. The minute you put politics ahead of principle, you start making the wrong decisions. That's a line I've taken more than a year ago now. I'll continue in that line without fear or favor. So no matter which political party governs, if there is fiscal delinquency or in fact non-compliance with legislation, then I'll act.
So the attempt by the MEC for Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs to bring in an administrator there, is that something that you would support and therefore maybe temporarily suspend your decision to withdraw financial support?
Well, Thabo, look, at the end of the day, if you have a municipality that just continues to perform badly and puts a strain on the provincial and national fiscus, then you've got to start making decisions. You've got to put politics aside. And as I say, you've got to start making a decision. What's in the best interest? What is in the interest of the province and in the interest of the people? And that's where I keep coming back to saying, keep politics out of local government and out of the money cycle and put principle in there, and you'll never make an incorrect decision.
The MEC being locked out at some instance from actually gaining access to that municipality, how do you view that, the Kokda MEC that is?
Well, look, I don't want to speculate. It's not I like to stay in my lane. I deal with the money. But Thabo, I can tell you that at some point, we're going to have to look at a review of legislation when it comes to, number one, how we fund local government, and number two, the oversight model that we use on local government. I myself was a councillor many, many years ago, and there always seems to be this mindset that, we're a different sphere of government, therefore we're not accountable to anybody. And I think the time has come. If you look at the poor performance in general of municipalities, we've got to review the legislative model that we have and the funding model in order to address exactly what you are raising today.
Yeah. So at this particular point, I mean, the community of Umkhanyakude might say, well, is the government of provincial unity then leaving them to their own devices with this withdrawal of financial support? Where are they supposed to get services?
Thabo, yeah, I think you're quite right. Let's clarify that. When we say we're withdrawing financial support, we are not putting any money into the district municipality. What we are withdrawing is the expertise that we have within Treasury to try and assist and establish turnaround strategies. So the decision I've made has absolutely no impact whatsoever on any financial resource that the district municipality has.
Right, so you are rather taking your resources and you're saying you would rather put them elsewhere. So where are you redirecting those?
Well, into municipalities that have indicated that they're happy to work with Treasury. They're happy for our teams to come and assist them. And as I said, one of those was Richmond. We have Umkhanyakude, we have various other municipalities where we have taken certain steps to try and assist. Mzanduzi being another one, where we've got the necessary skills that we can try and upskill those particular municipalities, whether it comes to revenue generation, budgeting formats, and accountability. That's really what the Treasury Department in KwaZulu Natal is all about when it comes to local government.
Now, of course, the word that we are getting here is that they seem to think, well, look, we're doing well as far as they're concerned. They're saying, amongst other things, we have a funded budget over the past 3 years. We have a healthy financial position within 1 to 3 months coverage. We have improved our audit opinions. You're saying you're still going to meet with the Auditor General on that. And for this reason, we do appreciate the support from Treasury and we will engage him going forward.
No, but I think you answered the question earlier. The fact that that the Auditor General flagged irregular and certain other fiscal non-compliance matters within the municipality tells us that they're far from where they should be. You know, what I also find in local government, people will say, you know, we have a funded budget. But what local government does, what some of them do, is they determine what their operational costs, and then they just go and estimate what they need to increase the rates by to cover their operational budget. Now, that doesn't mean to say you're going to be able to raise that particular income, because if it becomes above inflationary and it's not affordable, then that becomes a problem. Then we find municipalities who operate at a loss, and that is part of the problem that we face.
Francois Rodgers, we appreciate your time. That is the MEC for Finance in Kwa-Zulu Natal on them pulling back their financial support. These are expertise that would have been given to the Umkhanyakude municipality to bring them into a healthy state. Well, this is as the municipality insists to say that they are doing okay. They have a funded budget. They have a strong financial position of 1 to 3 months. However, the MEC for COCTA told the municipality to cooperate with the new administrators that he wants to bring in there, saying essentially you're under administration. And this egregious conduct of the leadership of Umkhanyakude that is blocking the MEC, saying it's deeply alarming. So that's a story certainly that is continuing to watch.